Hello and welcome to Samadhi. Today is Monday, April 23rd, 2018, and we're here with the Daily Word with Michael.
Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining us. Let's take a deep breath of presence, of awareness, of nowness, this moment. Let's let go of everything. Let's just be for a moment. Nothing to figure out, nothing to do, just be. Take a deep breath in. And everyone ready together to receive. Thank you everyone. And before we begin the daily word, I just got a quick message. I got it from nature. The Spirit was telling me through nature that we have a saying in Samadhi that people ask us, when's our Earth Day? And it's like, every day is my Earth Day. Which birthday? Because it's the day I came to this earth, through the womb. So, as I was just watering, the earth told me, why am I not celebrated every day? Why am I only celebrated once a year? Because every day I'm celebrating you. Every day I'm celebrating life. I give life. I give. Nature just desires to receive that love back. And not in an expectation, but in a relationship, in a merging of consciousness. Because everything desires love. It's our nature to be loved and to give love and to feel love. And I really felt nature this morning, and I wanted to share that with you before we do the daily word, because celebrate nature every day. And if you live close to a greenery area, like a forest or a park where there's a lot of trees. Here in Yuma we have the wetlands. Take the time to go and connect. Take the time to remember nature, because we're so distracted with the city and the fast life and the technological mechanisms, that we forget the greatest technology is nature, because man can't duplicate that technology. We get so distracted with this that we forget about the tree we have outside. We forget about the flowers and the birds and the bees and the dogs and the cats and all creatures. So just remember, every day take the time to just remember nature. And nature will reward you in ways that you have never even thought of or imagined, because it's alive, speaking to us. And it is God speaking through nature. And when you come back to your nature, it nurtures you. So, the word for today is... I did. Yeah.
Let her breathe.
Mm-hmm. Somebody's shifting. The word for today is... Do another drum roll, because I'm almost there. I thought I was almost there. The word for today is... caregiver. It's exactly... Wow. Okay, I want to cover the word so I don't see it for tomorrow. Caregiver. Oh my gosh, I'm getting chills. I treat all living beings with love and kindness. I treat all living beings with love and kindness. Mother Teresa, one of the most notable caregivers of all time, is credited with saying, quote, "It's not how much we give, but how much love we put into giving." I'm going to repeat that. It's not how much we give, but how much love we put into giving. If I am able to give from love, then I can serve as a caregiver, even if I am not caring for the needs of others by protecting their health and well-being. I act as a caregiver when I treat all living beings gently and kindly. I take advantage of the opportunities to embody the role of a caregiver that exists throughout my day. Whether I perform small acts of kindness, such as holding the door open for someone, or volunteer my time to help animals in need. I am actively caring for others. I infuse unconditional love into my interactions as I care for others. This is in Philippians 2:4. Let each of you look not to your own interests, but to the interests of others. Philippians 2:4. And in the Message, it says, it says 1-4. Philippians 2, the subtitle says, he took on the status of a slave. 1-4. If you've gotten anything at all out of following Christ as the example, if his love has made any difference in your life, if being in a community of the Spirit means anything to you, if you have a heart, if you care, then do me a favor. Agree with each other. Love each other. Be deep-spirited friends. Don't push your way to the front. Don't sweet-talk your way to the top. Put yourself aside and help others get ahead. Don't be obsessed with getting your own advantage. Forget yourselves long enough to lend a helping hand. Wow. And I'm going to read just the next sentence because it goes on and I want to keep reading. Think of yourselves the way Christ Jesus thought of himself. Wow. Think of yourselves the way Christ Jesus thought of himself. And what did Jesus say? He said, I come to serve, not to be served. And when we can follow that example of Jesus, not follow Jesus as somebody greater or better than ourselves, but as Jesus as the example of how to live more in alignment with God, with that Spirit, is to think yourselves the way Christ Jesus thought of himself. Right here, Paul is saying that Jesus is one with us, not above us, not below us. Because if we can think of Jesus Christ as ourselves, because Jesus was the example in a human form on how to be more aligned with God, to have that intimate relationship with God, instead of having a pastor or a rabbi or someone tell you if you were good with God. That's why Jesus gave his life, to break the mold of conditioning. So, I love that for today. That was beautiful. And how can we be the best caregivers? And I know it's going to sound contradictory according and even to of what we read, but it's a message that I live and breathe every day, and I do my best to live and breathe every day. You got to care for yourself in order to be selfless. You got to put yourself first in order to truly serve. Because if you don't put yourself first, you're going to be lost in your own in the mind. You're going to be lost in your imbalanced experience, and trying to be the example and guide and lead others blindly. So the best caregiver to me is one that takes the time to care and give to oneself, and then selflessly care and give to the world, because that's samadhi. And another thing that the garden told me this morning, the nature told me this morning, is everybody wants a beautiful garden, but they're not willing to get their hands dirty. They're not willing to get into the dirt. They're too worried about their nails getting dirty and their clothes getting dirty, and having to take a shower and sweating. But that's required in order to have a beautiful garden. For those who have a beautiful garden, you know. I'm not talking about the ones that hire people to tend to their garden, but I'm talking about the ones that go and they tend to their own garden. And gardeners will tell you, it's a challenging job, but it's a rewarding job. And shout outs to my godmother, Nina. She loves her garden, and she just sits with her garden, and she says that her garden helps her heal. That she's a very strong woman. I mean, she's over 70 some years old, and she is strong. So that's the secret of longevity, if you want to know. But truly, it's tending that garden within ourselves, because that garden is just a reflection of the garden within ourselves. So in the end, it's caregiving for everyone. I treat all living beings with love and kindness. And that's one thing, is Ali with her example has shown so much. But when I met her, she neglected it to herself. And that's why she can tell you from personal experience that loving the world ain't going to get you there. Loving the world and showing the world how much loving you are is not going to get you to love yourself and find that love within yourself. So, Ali, do you desire to share some words?
No, you said everything beautifully.
No?
I'm very happy with just, I'm speechless. I enjoy listening to you, and I love to see you unfold and blossom, and I get lost in the moment when I'm listening to you.
Before we conclude, I desire to read this part. Ditto, ditto, ditto. Paul is saying, if you have a heart, if you care, then do me a favor. Agree with each other, love each other, be deep-spirited friends. Don't push your way to the front. Don't sweet-talk your way to the top. Put yourself aside and help others get ahead. Don't be obsessed with getting your own advantage. Forget yourselves long enough to lend a helping hand. And to conclude that's why we emphasize our school of Samadhi, our loving blessing that God has given us of Samadhi, that we love to serve others and we love to see them succeed. When we see them succeed, I mean, we may not be monetarily blessed like other people, but spiritually, energetically, internally, we are so blessed when we see transformations. And that is just the greatest, greatest blessing. But of course, we are open to the abundance of Source in this physical dimension. And we just want to share that with you. So, if you feel like you're getting the bad end of the stick in your experience, then give yourself a chance. And give us a chance, give Samadhi a chance to reach the depths of your soul, and awaken depths of your soul that is in the Bible, that is in every system on the planet. It's just people are saying it different ways. And it even says right here, it even says, agree with each other, love each other, be deep-spirited friends. And I want to read before that because this is so important. If you've gotten anything at all out of following Christ, if His love has made any difference in your life, if being in a community of the Spirit means anything to you, if you have a heart, if you care, then do me a favor. Agree with each other. It doesn't say debate with each other. It doesn't say compare with each other. It doesn't say judge each other. It doesn't say that your side is the right side and defend it. It says agree with each other. Love each other. Be deep-spirited friends. See, we all want to push our agenda. We all want to push what we think is right. And in doing so, we separate more from each other. And I'm talking in all systems of beliefs and all programs. Why don't we just grab each other by the hand and embrace each other? Embrace each other instead of arguing and defending and fighting over who's right or who's wrong. And in conclusion, there's a quote that I love to share. And I don't recall who it's from, but it's so powerful. And excuse me for not including the quotes, the credit to the quote. But it says, I'd rather be at peace than be right. Let that be one of your mantras or one of your, affirmations that you have at the front of your consciousness. Because peace is the way. Peace supersedes happiness, supersedes sadness, supersedes gratitude, supersedes all those other things. Because if you're at peace, then you don't need nothing to be grateful. You don't need nothing to be upset about. When you're at peace, you're in that stillness, in that space with the divine, more closer than you think. Because peace is the way. Balance is peace. Centeredness is peace. Doesn't mean you can't or you shouldn't be happy or excited when that situation arrives. But remember, peace is your nature. Stillness is your nature. Silence is your nature. But have fun when you get the opportunity. And when you get upset, sad, or depressed, don't run from those things. Process them. But come back to peace. And that's how you give for yourself. And that's how you show by your example how to give for the world. Thank you everyone for joining us. I hope you enjoyed. And we love doing our work. Are you going to do your work? Blessings. Take the opportunity to do your work. And don't look at it as work. Look at it like an adventure, as an opportunity, as a gift to give the world. Thank you. Namaste.